How physics can prevent injury in World Wrestling Entertainment. The World Wrestling Entertainment franchise is worth over $7.45 billion. Much of the excitement behind professional wrestling involves the various acrobatic wrestling maneuvers. Landing the wrong maneuver can lead to serious injury. In 2015, WWE wrestler Seth Rollins suffered a severe knee injury, which prevented him from wrestling for nearly 2 years. By analyzing Seth Rollins' powerbomb move performed properly against the powerbomb move that resulted in his injury, this experiment seeks to determine whether a professional entertainment wrestler can avoid serious injury by simply using the laws of physics. This experiment seeks to confirm that if Seth Rollins had spread the force of his powerbomb impact over a greater area, then he could have prevented a serious injury. Since spreading the force over a greater area for a longer period of time can help absorb the energy of the impact. Hypothesis. If the researcher tests various landings of the powerbomb move, then the researcher can confirm what part of the human body is impacted by the powerbomb move and can determine if Seth Rollins had spread the force of the impact over a greater area, then he could have prevented serious injury through the position of the powerbomb move, because spreading the force over a greater area for a longer period of time can help absorb the energy of the impact. Variables. Independent variable. The position of the powerbomb move. Dependent variable. What part of the human body is impacted by the powerbomb move? Control. Perfectly executed powerbomb move as taught by the Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy. Seen in the link below. Materials. Safety materials. Blue light filtering glasses. Equipment materials. Computer, Wi-Fi, magnifying glass, and access to YouTube. Procedures. Put on blue light filtering glasses. Turn on computer. Ensure access to Wi-Fi. Load YouTube. Enter following YouTube link. Determine if powerbomb landing that caused injury was spread over a large area. Entering following YouTube links. Determine if powerbomb landings that avoided injury were spread over a large area. Record data. Safety concerns. Eye strain. To avoid eye strain, when eyes begin to feel tired or water, stop viewing activity and wait at least 30 minutes before resuming. The initial experiment looked at the November 4, 2015 powerbomb move where Seth Rollins was injured. To perform a powerbomb, a wrestler wraps an opponent's leg around his neck so that the opponent is virtually sitting on top of him. The wrestler then throws the opponent down to the mat so that they land directly on their back with significant force. In this experiment, Seth Rollins attempted to powerbomb Kane off the top rope. He flipped over, landing on the back of his heels, causing his right knee to completely buckle. The remaining experiment looked at 30 powerbomb moves where no injury occurred. Compiled results of experiment. The data shows that wrestlers who performed a powerbomb without injury landed on their back 60% of the time, their buttocks 20% of the time, their head 10% of the time, and their feet 10% of the time. As a result, it would appear that to avoid serious injury while performing a powerbomb move, a wrestler must attempt to absorb the impact with their back. This way, the force of the impact will be dispersed over a larger area. Conclusion. In the experiment, How Physics Can Prevent Injury in the WWE, it was observed that the hypothesis, if the researcher can analyze the physical impact from Seth Rollins' 2015 powerbomb move, then the researcher can confirm that if Seth Rollins had spread the force of the impact over a greater area, then he could have prevented serious injury, because spreading the force over a greater area for a longer period of time can help absorb the injury of the impact. It was correct. It was observed that the video angles and how the wrestler sold the impact contributed to the result. Recommendations. This experiment should be repeated using actual wrestlers who could wear sensors to confirm these findings. The use of the video to confirm these findings was challenging. The camera angle did not always show the exact place of impact, and the wrestlers sold the impact so well that it was sometimes difficult to determine where the impact occurred. As a result, the data should be repeated using an actual wrestler. Application. The WWE can use this experiment to help reduce injuries. Simply knowing how to land a move such as a powerbomb can dramatically improve the safety of professional entertainment wrestling. Bibliography. The following are the resources used in this experiment.